let's get right into it. And again, I strategically chose this lane for This Week in Freight, powered by my friends over at DAT, due to the absolute weather catastrophe that happened in the Northeast, and what that will do to freight lanes coming up here, and why you guys need to pay attention to a lot of this stuff so you can see those spikes and have that direct line item that you can pull when you're looking at how are you bidding out lanes. Okay, so this one we are doing is going to be Reefer Freight, Charlotte, North Carolina to Newark, New Jersey. All right, and then once again, I want you guys to pay attention to the year-long trend line. Okay, and with the storm going on in the Northeast right now, you are going to see a natural spike that comes along with it. But as we always talk about, you guys, I want to help you guys see the similarities that are going on in every lane. No matter what's going on in the market, they generally follow the exact same pattern. Okay, and then again, note the miles, most importantly. And then number two, with Reefer Freight, obviously there's 3 different classifications if you're going out there and pricing this stuff. Is your customer frozen? Are they fresh? Or is it temperature controlled? There's a lot of temperature controlled freight that heads out over the winter time and everything else. So that does affect dry van capacity at the exact same time. And that will pull that market along with it. But let's go down to this. All right. And then again, we're kind of following the produce trend line here, you guys. So you can see that currently year to date, if we're looking at January 2025 and January 2026, it's essentially the exact same price, right? $80 more, $70 more. But what I want you to pay attention to here is this going to follow the exact same trend line in February and March? Now, I would expect an increase compared to last year overall, just due to the fact that there has been some well-documented capacity exits out there. There's been some well-documented weather events that have happened out there as well. So you're going to see that elevation in the price. And I truly think it's going to reflect it. It's not going to be as dramatic as some out there are going to want you to believe. But again, follow that trend line. See, this is that pre-seasonal spike. I mean, it's late February right now. A lot of us are out there and we're prospecting shippers, trying to get onboarded, trying to do anything to stand out in that crowd, knowing that there is going to be an increase in pricing coming up here in the next 90 days. That's going to help you guys price this freight for the long term. And again, those factors as we're going in there for this freight in particular, mileage, what style of reefer freight is it? Obviously, a frozen load is going to probably cost you a little bit more than a fresh load or a temperature controlled load. So as we're going out there, though, you guys pay attention to this and then look at that drop, okay? Between July and August, look at that drop. Pay attention to that. That's probably going to reappear this year, because my standpoint is, yes, there is going to be there's going to be some natural shifts that are going to happen, all right? There's too much stuff going on, you guys, from the overall capacity marker that's going on and what the DOT is doing. I still think it's too early to see how much capacity is flushed out of it. But I look at it is this is how a market is going to perform. And I think this year more than ever is going to show very dialed in seasonalities that maybe haven't been present for the last couple of years. I just am at the point, though, where there's still a lot of trucks on the road. I would say like this, from my perspective, that's going on out there, you guys. When last year there might have been 5 trucks to 1 load. I just think we're down to like 3 trucks to 1 load. And I think most people, when they're going out there and they're pricing their freight, they think that they just got to quote less than everybody else, and then they drive down rates and everything else. And that's their entire business strategy that goes on out there. But at the end of the day, you guys, you can be in a very good position with your customers by, you can charge a little bit more money, but your service has to back that up. But if we're looking at this lane, again, we talk about power lanes. This is the epitome of a power lane. This is going to be, in the event this market changes this year, this will be like the last one to change. Just like when we dropped yesterday, Indianapolis to Philadelphia for the dry van. Same thing, you guys. These power lanes are the literal last ones to change. So even if there is a market shift that might be substantial this year, this will be the last one to go. All right. So pay attention to this one. And again, if you're out there and you're bidding on this lane, again, we want consistency. So with that mileage, if this is a Friday to Monday run, you want to take that into consideration. Unless there's a ton of volume that comes along with this shipper, then you just eat that one, right? Because I'm all about servicing my accounts for the long term. But this lane in particular, I think it's a very stable lane. I don't think this one's going to change much this year at all. But those are those points of emphasis. If I was going out there and bidding on this one specifically for my customer here, I'm going to, like, again, with this being a reefer lane, you guys, and then it's Charlotte to Newark, all right? With this being a reefer lane, if it's a frozen load, that is needing to be priced differently than a fresh or a temperature controlled, all right? So those are the three considerations as you're going in. And then the mileage as well here, all right? Days of the week. I want you to pay attention to that. If this ships on a Thursday to a Monday or a Friday to Monday, that is going to be exponentially more expensive than a Monday to Wednesday or Monday to Thursday ship date out there. So take that into consideration, you guys. If you want your lanes broken down, again, I don't need exacts. I just need ballpark shipping city, ballpark delivery city, freight type. I will break it down on the show, but I need you guys to email my team, podcast@TheFreightCoach.com. This is literally how I analyze the lanes that I go and, actually move real freight with, you guys, because I own an actual freight brokerage and we move, real trucks and everything and all that fun stuff. So email podcast@TheFreightCoach.com. That is the Reefer Freight lane analysis for This Week in Freight, powered by my friends over at DAT.